Hello and welcome. This is truly one of the easiest Valentine cards you'll make this year. Here is my practice one, so you can take a look at what it looks like when it's done. And all I did is I took my stamp that I got at Michael's, and I've got some archival ink. I love this ink because it's permanent and it's waterproof, so it doesn't really run. And then I've got these great Pilot G-Tech C pens to use at the end, Princeton snap brush, and some watercolors. And basically, all I did, I'm going to do it for you now and show you how very, very simple this is. You take your stamp pad. You can use any color you like. I like the gray because it's light. I think I hit my finger on there. And then I just put it at the bottom. Push, push, push to make sure it gets on evenly. Perfect. And you see how nice and light that is? I actually really like that. And you take the brush, and it's very pretty abstract. I started and I just picked a few places to put on some pink, and again, like very, very, very loose. This was just trying to get myself to do. I tend to paint in a very tight style. See, I'm trying to make flower shapes. Let's see, we'll do a few more kind of, let's see, we'll do another pink one here. And then at this point, I just started throwing in some blue. Let me put a little bit of purple in here while it's wet, and a little more pink because it does, as you know, dry lighter. Let's see about dropping some more pink in here. And again, trying to keep that nice and loose. A little more watery. And here, I'm gonna throw some yellow up here. Kind of dink that into there, and maybe a yellow one in here. I like to let them kind of run into each other. That one is huge. Let's see about putting, because it is Valentine's Day, a little bit of red in here, and maybe a little red one down here. Maybe one more hanging. Let's see about putting some red in there. And a little more. Drag this out a little more. See about that. And that's going to be a little empty. Put a little one there, and then maybe a purple flower here. Okay, so I like that. That's a nice shape. Maybe go back in because I want a little, that's a very 80s pink. Let's see, maybe let's see, put some red. Oh, I like that. Maybe some red in there. And I don't really want to do that in the yellow. Maybe I will drop a few little orange droplets in there. Orange in there. And I don't really want them to look like necessarily like centers. Looks kind of like a Dale Chihuly. Okay, so maybe I think the top one needs a little more color. Maybe a little pink mixed in there. There we go. Maybe pink down here. Okay. So there we go. Darken these up just a tad. Maybe drop a nice drop of purple in the middle of this. Get a little color variety in here. Actually, too, if you go in with a little bit of dark, it kind of looks like there are some shadows in there, which is really nice. So that's it. I'm not unhappy with that. I don't know if I want to have these orange circles in here so much. Maybe kind of drag those out so they're not so obviously a circle. Okay, so there's my bouquet. And now what I did when I did the stems, because you know when you have water, things look a little blurry. So I just went in here, and you can see even if you touch against the line here where you did the stamp, this does not run. I love this archival ink from Michaels. So I just kind of went in where the water would be, or where I'd fill it to if I had this bouquet. And then we've got a little bit of green over here, just some plain, it's like a sap green. Wet your brush and then dry it. And then let's see, I'm gonna start, I like to also touch the flowers so it goes a little bit into the flowers. That one might not be wet enough. So we're gonna bring this down all the way. It's glass, so it's gonna go all the way through. Now that might be a little wet. Let's see, which is fine. It can go into the water. It shouldn't be so blurry. I'm gonna wait, give it a minute to dry. That's not gonna ruin it. It might add a nice effect, I'm not sure. But you do want a stem coming off of each of these into a thicker stem for this one. There, now it's where it should be for the amount of blur, for lack of a better term, that I want there. Let's see. And add a little yellow. I'll lighten up one of these. Bring this one down here. There we go. I love that. I actually really like the effect that it gives it. Go a little bit over this. Have one coming up. This one at the top comes down. Oop. There we go. We're missing one here. Make that one a little thicker. There we go. Yeah. All right, so I really like that. Now, you know, in water, there are little reflections. You know, the light kind of bounces around. So I did take and I dropped in just some little bit of bluish purple, leaning more towards the blue. I know water's not blue. I know water's clear, but you're gonna get some reflection off of the stems, and I just kind of very lightly, and then always the bottom always looks a little darker too, so we're gonna float in a little bit of blue down here. I think this area needs just a touch more. You don't want to overdo it, but you do want to give it that water effect. Ooh, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, now also the stems that are showing through the glass are a little less clear, not as blurry or fuzzy as the ones in the water, but there is a slight lack of clarity that happens when you're looking through glass. Also, sometimes just to give the glass a little shape, you know, or indication of light bouncing around in there. There we go. You know, I actually really like it. I like it just like this, but I also liked these G-Tech C4 pilot pens that I got that are really cool. There's another artist, I think she's Maremi, M-A-R-E-M-I Arts, and she uses black ones a lot when she does her florals. And so I ordered some that are the colors, not just black. They have a limited amount of colors, but what's neat about these pilots is they will write right over water, and they don't stop writing. I absolutely love them. Like anytime I've ever used pens with watercolor, they just clog up and like croak mid stroke when you're using them. Now I'm not going to follow the lines perfectly. You know, I just kind of want to give the flower some shape. I'll follow them somewhat, but I love these poppy-ish flowers with the big ruffly. You just want to do a suggestion of, now this one, I love that. We're going to go like this. Just kind of go around this one. You know what I missed? A stem on that one. Things like that drive me crazy later. So let's see. We're gonna go like this to this little guy. And then let's see. Pull this in here. There. All right. Now this one, kind of goofed that up. I think I'm going to make it into like, I've been painting tulips, and I really like shapes of the tulips. These are a couple different ones. Let's see. I think I'm going to do a big kind of ruffly flower here. Maybe do the side of that, and then this one. Let's see. It's kind of California poppy it. Here we go. In honor of the 49ers who are going to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, it looks a little more hibiscus-y. Okay, and then I'm not going to use the orange in here. I'm just going to use this. I like that. That actually kind of looks like a sweet pea. I'm going to go make these little flowers. This looks like a little, almost like a dianthus. Do some smaller petals in here. Ooh, all right. And this one, I think I'm just gonna go like this, like that. And then, I just, with the black pen, that one I'm not gonna do, but I will put little centers in some of these. I could do, I think I put that on both ends. I could do a little bit of color in there too, maybe some red dots. There we go. Wait, definitely that one needs them. Let's see, let me get that. There we go. And this one also. You know, I'm not unhappy with that. Very loose style. And then for Valentine's Day, let's give it an I love you. Maybe a little heart right here. Maybe 2 hearts because it looks like like it has a tail. Well, I probably would have left that part off, but this is it. Very simple, really like just extremely simple. How long was it? Maybe 10 minutes. Valentine card. And like I said, to get the stamp from Michaels and the archival watercolor, waterproof ink. Stamp that on there and make your own bouquet with your own colors that you like. And I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you make one for somebody that you love.